of the reason you're having issue in that relationship, in that marriage, is because you lack Oju Ona. Oju Ona is not an English word, it's a Yoruba word, and I'm going to explain to you. I know you'll be saying, oh, what is I and what is track or road? I'm not saying I as in Oju or track or road. That's not what I mean. I'm going to show you how this is related to your relationship, your marriage, and your lifestyle, and what are the things that you can do to reverse those things. How can you amend your way now? For the benefit of those that they understand what I'm trying to say, Oju Ona tag is to be a pattern that keeps marriage moving, that keeps marriage interesting. Now, let me explain to you in layman explanation. Oju Ona is when you set your eyes on something and you follow it judiciously without an error. I know you have once entered your partner's space, either the sitting room, the bedroom, the kitchen, or even his or her thoughts, and you did something wrong, and you did something that completely threw them off. For example, you and your partner, maybe your partner's friends in the office, your colleagues, both of you went out. Maybe you went out with your in-law and you misbehave. You have forgotten your Oju Ona in that aspect. You may feel that you are not wrong, but you ignore the pattern. You ignore the word Oju Ona that we're talking about. And these things will not make your relationship to be balanced. It will make them to think twice. I want you to understand that this thing that we're talking about is not about culture. Don't tell me it's only Yoruba people that has it. Everybody has it. But I may not know what they call it in your language. I'm very sure you have not heard this thing before. You are hearing it for the first time. And I'm going to teach you how you can set your space for this Oju Ona so that you will not make mistake in your marriage. I want you to watch this video too. As I said before, Oju Ona is a pathway or pattern laid out in a space you enter, especially in a relationship leading to marriage, in your own lifestyle. Maybe you want to get a job, you want to be a better person, and you cannot handle some things in your life. You need Oju Ona. This thing I'm teaching you today, I learned it from people. Let me tell you a few stories of my life. I grew up with my grandmother, and then all these years, my grandmother used to say, Oju Ona, okay, learn this, do that. It got to a point in my life, I left my grandmother to be with my siblings, and be with my siblings, I began to discover some things that my grandmother did not teach me. There are a lot of things I didn't even know how to do. There are words I didn't know how to pronounce being a child. I remember one day my father asked me to go and bring teacup. I brought a teacup without saucer and everybody burst laugh. Because we don't know what is called teacup or saucer, or using tray. I was not taught. And, everybody started laughing until I started noticing some things, the way they do things, the way they talk, the way they behave, the way they package things. And I begin to change. I have to look at the track of doing things. Another example I want to give you. Imagine you visit your in-law and you notice that this bottle in my hand is always facing this direction. Now you have come. This bottle is facing this direction. You change it. Instead of you to ask a question, sir, madam, mommy, daddy, why is this bottle facing this direction? Why not try and stand it like this? Then you do it in your own way. You stand it or you make it face. These are patterns. You have to set your eyes, set your brain, set your mind to that relationship, because if you do otherwise, you'll be disqualified. If you ignore this, that means you are indirectly setting a silent message that you may not be able to hear it in the future, and so that you will not be disqualified. You may have a good motive, but it must be applied well with sense. Don't just go there and do things in your own way or the way they are doing it in your home. No, my darling. You have to learn that pattern. I don't want you to always say your own way is better. I want you to know that they've been living their life before they met you. If care is not taken, this can become a bone of contention. And most especially if your partner is well respected and valued, my dear, they will call their child. This person you are getting married to, watch. I want you to learn this Oju Ona. Don't say, this is how we do it in our home. You are going to another person's home. Mind yourself. Second thing is, marriage is not just love. It is alignment. You are going into marriage. You have been in a marriage for years. Many marriages today are suffering not because of big problems, but because of tiny disconnection. Tiny things that would have been amended from the one that they met, but they ignore it. It does not matter. When you follow this word, Oju Ona, I mean the pattern, they will love you, they will respect you, they will honor you, and you will be like a superstar. This is not only for physical things, but emotional, physical, spiritual, everything will just be aligned for you. You got to learn, my darling. Now, this same Oju Ona, it will help you in your lifestyle, your own lifestyle. You know, you will be happy with yourself. There are certain things I do, and I'll say, oh, thank God for people that train me. Thank God for people in my life. You have heard me many times giving kudos to people in my life because of what I have learned from them. They taught me, I use my Oju Ona to pick some things, and it has been helping me. I want you to be like that. Don't just enter somebody's life and the next thing you want to do is you want to rearrange the furniture in the sitting room, you want to rearrange the kitchen, you want to, just as if, be patient, you will rearrange it, but it's wisdom. You've got to understand first, then gradually you blend. You don't just box in and you want to be like a superstar. You want them to notice that there's a difference. My dear, you fall your hand. I want you to observe things before you react. Before you act on anything, I want you to observe. Use your eyes. Think of it. Use this Oju Ona to capture that thing. Now I want to ask you, what is the pattern in that your relationship, in your lifestyle? How can you align, respect, or at least acknowledge it? I want you to enjoy your marriage. I want your marriage to be heaven on earth. I want you to be the best. And that's why I'm always coming to your face. I want us to build marriage that respect, not just love, but align and understand, because you must be fulfilled maritally. I hope you enjoyed this content. Let me know how you want to join Joke Solution to help you in your marital journey. I remain your relationship and lifestyle coach. Joke is my name and my brand name is Joke Solution. Till I hear your success story,